Northern Europe, 9th century, Age of the Vikings. Ragnar Lodbrok was born of royal Norse lineage. Son of Sigurd Ring, king of the Norse. From childhood, his blue eyes burned with destiny. Loving this Viking saga? Like and follow now. Young Ragnar trained with axe, sword and shield. He learned the runes and gods of Asgard. Odin and Thor blessed his every battle path. He longed to surpass his legendary father. His blue eyes scanned the cold northern seas. Norse legends spoke of glory across the waters. Ragnar built his first longship at 15. He gathered loyal warriors to his side. They named him future king of all Vikings. His name began to spread through Scandinavia. A great serpent terrorized a distant earl's lands. Earl Harald had promised his daughter Thora. Whoever slew the beast would win her hand. Ragnar wore furred breeches boiled in tar. He stepped into the serpent's lair alone. His blue eyes locked on the writhing beast. He drove his spear through its mighty heart. The serpent fell. His legend was finally born. From this came his name, Lodbrok, Hairy Breeches. He married Thora and won an earldom. After Thora's early death, Ragnar sailed north. He found lands plagued by a cruel lord. There he met Lagertha, the fierce shield maiden. Her blade had saved many Viking warriors. Ragnar fought beside her, blue eyes burning. Together they crushed the cruel oppressor. He fell in love with her wild courage. They married and ruled the lands together. She bore him a son named Fridleif Strong. 2 daughters followed, both fierce and proud. Ragnar grew restless, hungry for greater glory. He left Lagertha to pursue new conquests. In a distant land he met a Slog, a seer. She was daughter of Sigurd the Dragon Slayer. Her wisdom and beauty captured his heart. A Slog became his queen and trusted advisor. Enjoying this Viking legend? Hit like and follow. A Slog bore him many legendary warrior sons. Bjorn Ironside, swift and unbreakable in battle. Ivar the Boneless, cunning and feared by all. Hvitserk, fierce in shield wall combat. Sigurd Snake in the Eye, marked from birth. Each son grew strong under Ragnar's training. His blue eyes watched them with deep pride. They would form the greatest Viking force ever. The sons learned axe, sword, and longship. They sailed at his side from young ages. Ragnar gathered the largest fleet ever seen. Hundreds of longships filled the cold harbors. Their dragon prows pointed toward distant Britain. The Vikings struck the kingdom of Northumbria. Coastal villages and monasteries were raided. Lindisfarne Abbey fell to the Norse invaders. Treasures of gold and silver filled their ships. Saxons trembled at sight of Viking sails. Ragnar's name became a curse in England. King El vowed to capture him alive. Ragnar turned his fleet toward Frankish shores. He sailed up the Great Seine River. Paris itself trembled before the Viking horde. King Charles the Bald watched from his walls. Ragnar's blue eyes studied the city's defenses. A massive ransom was demanded in pure silver. Charles paid 7,000 pounds of silver. The Franks called it Danegeld, the Danish tribute. Ragnar returned home with unimaginable wealth. His longships rode low with Frankish gold. Years passed and Ragnar grew older. He longed for one final great conquest. With only 2 ships he sailed for England. A terrible storm wrecked his vessels nearby. His warriors fell into the freezing waters. Ragnar washed ashore on Northumbrian sands. Loving this Viking saga? Smash like and follow. Saxon scouts found the lone Viking king. They captured Ragnar and brought him bound. King El recognized his ancient enemy. The Saxon court erupted in vengeful joy. El ordered a deep pit filled with serpents. Ragnar was cast down among the coiling serpents. His blue eyes faced the end without fear. He sang aloud as the serpent struck. The death song echoed through Northumbria's halls. He laughed in the face of his final hour. How the little pigs would grunt, he sang. If they knew how the old boar suffered. His sons would soon avenge his fall. Ragnar named each one with proud defiance. The serpent struck again and again. Yet his voice remained strong until the end. His blue eyes finally closed in peace. The greatest Viking fell as he had lived. Ragnar Lodbrok passed into Norse legend. The skalds would sing his saga forever. A messenger sailed north with grim tidings. The sons received word of their father's fate. Ivar the Boneless gripped his chair in fury. Bjorn Ironside swore an oath of vengeance. Hvitserk smashed the table with his fist. Sigurd Snake in the Eye drew his blade. They would muster the greatest army ever known. Every Viking Jarl was called to arms. Norway, Denmark, and Sweden answered the call. The great heathen army was forming. Hundreds of longships gathered at Danish shores. Thousands of warriors prepared for the journey. Ivar planned the campaign with cold precision. Bjorn would lead the seaborne assault. Hvitserk and Sigurd commanded the flanks. They sailed for England in autumn winds. Enjoying this Viking saga? Drop a like now. The heathen army landed in East Anglia. Saxon kingdoms fell one after another. York, the great northern city, was taken. King El gathered his army in haste. The two forces met outside the walls. The shield wall clashed with terrible force. El's Saxons broke under Viking fury. The king himself was captured alive. Ivar demanded vengeance for his fallen father. El's fate would match Ragnar's own. The sun stood over the captured king. Their cold reckoning was given at dawn. El paid the price for Ragnar's fall. The Vikings now ruled Northumbria entirely. Mercia and East Anglia bowed to Norse rule. The Danelaw was established across England. Bjorn Ironside sailed to conquer the Mediterranean. He raided Spain, Italy, and North Africa. Ivar ruled Dublin as the boneless king. The sons surpassed even their father's fame. Ragnar's lineage shaped centuries of European history. His descendants founded kingdoms across the seas. Rollo of Normandy rose from his lineage. William the Conqueror traced his line back. English kings carry Ragnar's lineage today. Norse sagas preserved his deeds in verse. Skalds sang of his blue eyes and courage. Ragnar Lodbrok became the Viking symbol forever. His name still echoes through northern lands. The greatest Viking who ever lived and breathed. From farmer's son to legendary king of kings. His saga endures across 1,000 years. Thanks for watching, hit like and follow.